Welcome back to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex, and today Qubic and friends, they launched a new sale that they asked me to tell you all about. That is called the Winterfest, so hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here, join our growing family, and let's get started. So the pricing I have today is US only, but check your regional eShop as many deals they will be crossing over. Also visit QubicGames.com/Winterfest for the full list of titles. I've linked that in the pinned comment as well down below. To get access to this sale then it's owner specific, meaning you need to own one of the following games to see the pricing. This includes Pocket Mini Golf, Mana Spark, Wrecked, Arcane, Robonauts, Space Pioneers, Blazing Beaks or Dex. So first up then, a new release from Qubic, that is Real Boxing 2. It's getting 50% off alongside its launch, which is always a good thing. I'm yet to get my hands on this myself, but it's really about taking your boxer through a career or jumping into quick fights and local multiplayer. The career mode though sounds in depth. It's not just focusing on the fights, but also asking you to shape their style thanks to adjustable stats, training in the form of minigames, and then customization. The thing that's jumping out to me the most though, yes, it's got a serious take on a career, but it also seems it's got boss moments as well with challenges. Think here Santa, Clowns and Gollum. In turn though, beat them up and earn their gear. I've always loved boxing games though, Fight Night being a personal favourite, one of the best. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this one does. It's a genre which just doesn't get enough attention. Dex then throws you into a cyberpunk world, and I'd describe it as a side-scrolling action RPG, which surprised me. I thought it was going to be an action platformer if anything, but it actually puts a huge focus on its story, gives you a ton of customization, and then features a wealth of weapons and items. The combat then, it's for sure tough initially, but it was the scale that I really liked. It's got a surprisingly big world to explore. This one was a nice surprise, and the story's got a ton of intrigue. You're kind of on the run from big co-op. It's rocking a huge 93% discount. Urban Trial Playground then is here with 90% off. It was a spin on the Trails formula, meaning physics-based levels as you work your way through a beach town of sorts. It's really all about skill, stunts and speed, and I've always been a sucker for the idea. Choosing the right bike though will be key as you unlock more and more, and it has a few modes as well, including online leaderboards. This is one though I grabbed a long time back physically as well. It got like a limited release back in the UK. The follow-up then, Urban Trial Tricky, that's also on sale, but this one it almost feels like think Tony Hawk on bikes, meaning arenas, 2D still, but you can go left and right, and rather than completing courses, it's really about racking up a high score within a time limit with some ridiculous stunts. This one's also here then with 90% off. Badland Game of the Year edition then was one I picked up recently. It's a multi-award winning action adventure packing a ton of content. That's 100 single player levels, 100 multiplayer co-op levels, 23 battle levels and even achievements to chase down as well. The visuals though were what jumped out to me initially, this like almost hand-painted style, but the gameplay is what keeps you coming back, and the huge amount of praise that this game's received, it makes absolute sense. You're out though to find out what's happening in the forest. It contains a dark secret, and realistically there's over 10 hours of content, if not quite a bit more honestly, and then it's actually 67% off. So a couple of quick ones here then. Tiny Lands first up, it's for those that want something, a little bit more chill. 67% off, it's a puzzle experience, so think Spot the Difference, but with a few twists along the way. So here, it actually revolves around 3D dioramas, you can rotate them, it has dynamic objects, I think lighting that changes, and then it's all backed up with audio to both match the scene, but also kind of build into that relaxed pace, it's a lo-fi kind of soundtrack. It's 67% off, and a nice one for pick up and play moments. A personal favourite then, Bit.Trip Runner, genius game, 67% off and one of many entries available on the Switch from the Bit.Trip name. You'll be here though, Commander Video, you'll be racing through what is a 2.5D world alongside a fantastic chiptune styled soundtrack. The idea though, avoid obstacles in your way, but like any auto runner, it ramps that difficulty very quickly. With over 50 levels and multiple difficulties and challenges to face, this can keep you busy for a long time, especially if you get addicted to perfecting runs. The next few games in North America only, just as a warning, starting with Golf Club Wasteland. That comes from Untold Tales. I actually reviewed this one on the channel. Honestly, it fell a little short in a few areas, but I also know there was a lot of love towards it. You can actually see that in the comments on the video. The idea though, it's golf puzzles, but its main focus is its story, which I actually really like. The radio stations you listen to, they are a particular highlight with some great world building and jokes. The concept though, the rich, they now live away from Earth. It's kind of become barren, and Mars has become our new home. Earth though, a golf course for the rich. The gameplay gets challenging though. I just wish it had a few more indicators around the golf ball and kind of what reaction you can expect. It's currently rocking 50% off. Tools up then is from All In Games, and we've spoke to this a number of times on the channel. It's here with 90% off though. It's a multiplayer co-op experience where its closest comparison would have to be Overcooked. There's also a ton of paid expansion DLC as well if you find something you and the friends and the family really enjoy. Here though, the big idea is home renovation and doing the best job possible. So think, yeah, a whole lot of like decorating, moving household goods and so on. It's one of those games where you'll argue with each other, try to work together, and yeah, it's a unique genre that's definitely been popping recently, and with good reason. They're so simple that anyone can get involved, but they give you lots of good stuff to chase, like think ratings for each level. Also from All In Games then is Fort Triumph, a recent release for them, and we are seeing 50% off, a turn-based tactics entry. I'm always a fan of the genre on the Switch because we don't have a huge amount of options, honestly, let's face it, but I'm also a sucker for the fantasy setting as well. To separate itself out though, this one has permadeath for your squad, and you'll be working through a story mode and skirmish. 4 factions though and classes, a whole lot of items here, procedurally generated maps, which is great for replayability, and that story then, it's actually a parody, which I really appreciated alongside what can, often be kind of a dry genre at times with its twists. So our penultimate game of the video then comes from Untold Tales, and that is Hong Kong Massacre. Big fan of this one. I have a review of it on the channel, and think a John Woo-like spin on the top-down shooter. Think though more like Hotline Miami, one-hit kills. The mechanics, a whole lot of aerial acrobatics to avoid death, and yeah, it's got that almost noir-style kind of visual going for it. The only thing I didn't like all that much, a couple of boss battles that try their best, but it for sure doesn't really work all that well alongside the core gameplay. That said though, it's extremely minor, and I'm hoping we see more of this world. It's currently 67% off. So our final game then comes from All In Games. This is actually a pre-purchase. Paradise Lost will be coming to the Nintendo Switch on December 1st. It's getting a 40 to 50% discount dependent on your region. And yeah, it's one big basically pre-launch celebration. The trailer, not Switch footage, just be kind of clear on that, rather this is the launch trailer from other platforms. The story in this one though, the war never ended, rather it kind of culminated in nuclear missile attacks. You'll be taking on the role of a 12-year-old boy. You just discovered a bunker set amongst a whole lot of radiation. The idea though, you're looking for someone in a picture that your mum had. She passed away, and now you basically want people to live alongside. I'm excited to hear what they do though with the Switch build. I'm hoping for real big things. And that's the initial Black Friday deals rounded up from Qubic and Friends. There's a fair few more games though on offer, so do go and check out that website. It is in the pinned comment down below again. It's also then going to be QubicGames.com/Winterfest. Also, there's going to be more to come from Qubic and Friends here over the next few days. We'll be breaking that down here on the channel, so watch for that video on December 1st. Think though, a huge contest and more. With that again, a huge thank you to Qubic and Friends, All In Games, Untold Tales for sponsoring today's video. It means a whole lot to me, so go show them some love. A shout out then to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. Helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.